Hey guys, what is up? Adrian here from Boo Bros. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Today, we're going to take you into Universal, and we are going to go see where everything on the speculation app is. So it's not just an image. This way you can get an idea of where everything's at. Let's get in this park. Roll the intro. Gotta bring you with me. All right, and as soon as we walk through the front gate, we turn and we will be looking at our very first scare zone that will be featured on the speculation map. And that scare zone being the 30th Anniversary Scarezone. Now, if you guys want more information on what we think can be here, please check out the Boo Bros podcast. Same goes for everything that is featured here that I speak of and where it is. So this zone traditionally starts here at this point of Production Central and ends at the other end. The last scare zone we had here was an arcade, and to me it was a pretty elaborate scare zone. They had a bunch of lighting rings and it looked really cool altogether. So I mean, I'm excited to see what they can do with a 30th anniversary theme for this zone. So hopefully we can check that out. Now, according to the speculation app, right here at the Universal Music Plaza stage, we shall be having the Bride of Frankenstein Lives returning to the same spot. Now, if you guys don't remember, we had that for HHN Light. It was a very fun walkthrough. Almost 1/4 of the Boo Bros were able to go through it, maybe more. And we all enjoyed that house a lot. Now let's keep going down to Fallon, where we will find our next house entrance. Next house entrance will be right here at Fallon. It is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, which one? We're not sure. We're not 100% sure. However, we do know that this house location is where they had Yeti in 29. So it is a house location they have used before. And I feel like it's a nice location. It's a prime house. It's a soundstage. All these soundstage houses usually do pretty well. So moving on to the next house location. Now, normally for Halloween Horror Nights, we have two entrances here and nothing changes this year. We have the return of Revenge of the Toothfairy over here that will be on this side. Now, we're not sure if they're going to change it to the opposite side when they do bring the other house. However, Revenge of the Toothfairy is one of the houses that came back for HHN Light. And again, it was something that was very fun and very enjoyable. Now, on the opposite side of that, we don't know which side it is, but we have HHN Icons Captured. Now, this house is something that I've been looking forward to ever since I saw it on the first speculation map. So, with that being said, this area right here, these soundstage houses are all perfect to me. Now, if we keep churning, this is the streets of New York. As you guys know, normally they house very good scare zones, very good streets. This year, we don't know what it is at the moment with this first speculation map. It is just labeled as an original. We know that Universal normally knocks it out of the park with their original content. Now, as we approach San Francisco, this area right here will be turned into Creepshow. Now, we aren't specifically sure if this is the Shudder TV show version or if it is the movie itself, but this is a very, very tight area when it comes to scare zones. When we had Rob Zombie here, it was very, very tight. So we'll see how it goes for Creepshow. As we begin to approach the back of the park here, we know that Fear Factor Live will not have a show in it according to the speculation map. Normally we have things like AOV or Bill and Ted, but this year, according to the speculation map, there's nothing here show-wise. Later we will get to where the next show will be. However, for now, we'll get to the next house. This right here will be the next house location. This was House of 1,000 Corpses for HHN 29, if you guys need to know that for reference. This year it is speculated to be Welcome to Scary Horror in the Heartland. So this is honestly one of my most anticipated houses. It's something I've been most excited for. So now, sticking with the speculation map, back here we have Wicked Growth, Realm of the Pumpkin. And then over here we have Puppet Theater Captive Audience. Now, to me, Puppet Theater is a little bit confusing because they technically announced it back in November or October, and it's not on the website. It's nowhere to be found. However, it does exist because it's on the speculation map. It's been technically announced. Why is it not on the website? Hopefully we hear something about that very, very soon. So, as of recording this video, nothing's been said about that house. Now let's keep walking down and go to where the chainsaw hordes usually are. Alright, so now as we walk through Springfield, I will give you guys a little bit of a speculation. This is typically where we have our chainsaw drill team, or just the chainsaw horde in general. So, 29, we had a chainsaw drill team that matched an arcade. It wasn't an exact like one-for-one replica, but the costumes were very similar. So my take or my speculation here is that we are going to have a 30th anniversary Chainsaw Drill Team-esque thing. That's my speculation here, maybe? It's not on the map, but the Chainsaw Drill Team is never really on the map. So that's my take right there. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Now, during HHN Light, or the last weekend of HHN Light, so Halloween weekend, this right here was the entrance to Beetlejuice. However, that will likely change, and sadly, this must be said, going through Beetlejuice last year was the last time we walked through Barney, walking past Barney, the statue, for a house. So, F's in the chat for Barney, but this will now be the walkway to go to the Haunting of Hillhouse. But where's Beetlejuice, you may ask? So the entrance to Beetlejuice is going to be the same way that you got to Graveyard Games. So right this way, and you should be able to get straight through to the Juice Man. Now as we walk through Central Park, this is where they had Vikings Undead for 29, to give you a little bit of perspective. This is rumored to be Terra Cruentus. That's right, Terra Queen returns for the big 3-0, making her technical 15-year cycle come back. I am so excited to see her come back because I technically have never seen her at the event. Yeah, she was in Icons, but she was barely there. So I am just very excited to be able to see the Terra Queen again. I know I'm not the only one that's excited for that. Now, as we grace our eyes on this beautiful lagoon, where we had the Marathon of Mayhem, according to the speculation map, we have a fountain show for this year's event, which is why I said earlier, there's no Bill and Ted or AOV back there in Fear Factor because there's only one show listed, and it's the Fountain Show. Now, I'm hoping that this is heavily themed towards everything that's the event, because I can just imagine things like Beetlejuice, the Icons, maybe even Bill and Ted showing up on this Lagoon show, and I think that's pretty amazing. That's just my thought. This is probably their one way to incorporate everything from the last 30 years and make it one big spectacular. Maybe even have it hosted by the director. So here's my question, right? This is future Adrian talking, obviously. You can tell by the nighttime-esque thing. Will the show be something like this, queued up to music that's at the event? Or will it be what I said earlier? I guess we'll find out. And now we are here in Hollywood, but we're not here to watch the horror makeup show. It's a little too late. We are here to talk about the Scarezone that will be right here, which is the best of Scarezone. And now this makes me wonder, when they say best of, are they talking about the best of in Hollywood? Or are they talking about the best of in general? Because there's so many Scarezones they can dive into. Also, are they talking about the one on the shirt that they had last year? Or what? Because this can go either way, and I'm very excited to see it regardless. And to add to what I said, this is also one of the bigger Scarezones that we have here. And last year, well not last year, for 29, this was Vanity Ball. And Vanity Ball was probably one of the most spacious zones. They had 2 stages on each side and then a middle stage here. So it really added a full flavor. Now, this being a best of, are they going to have multiple floats? Is it going to be kind of like how 7 was? If you guys remember 7 from HHN 21. They had 7 individual stages with 7 things on it. The 7 deadly sins, but this time with 7 of the best Scarezones? Who knows? All I know is that this is probably a lot of people's most anticipated Scarezone along with that 30th. And now as we round this corner and this gator here for Mardi Gras, we can talk about the final house location. And the final house will be right here, and that is Creepshow. Now, I know we talked about the Creepshow Scarezone. Same thing goes here. We're not sure if this is the Shudder television show or if it is the classic film. We don't know which one it is. However, I'd be excited maybe if they do these Shudder show here and then the Scarezone's the movie, or vice versa. Either way they do it, it's exciting because it's 2 different experiences. And to me, that's something we haven't seen at Horror Nights since HHN 23, when we had The Walking Dead in the streets and The Walking Dead in the house. I feel like it's something unique, something different, and I'm all here for it. All right, everybody, and that is the entire park. What are you most excited for? What house are you most excited for? What Scarezone are you most excited for? What do you think is going to be on that lagoon, and do you think we're going to have a second show? Those are all my questions for you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you are most anticipating, like I said prior. Subscribe if you already haven't done so. And stay spooky, everybody. Peace.